Paso, and that's right, Christina, snow is still falling this Sunday morning. It has been snowing all night, and as you can see, we have some light snow flurries right now, so that will continue throughout the day and pick up the inches of snow that we see on the ground. According to a Metro study compiled by El Paso home builder Desert View Homes, 156 more homes were sold last year, totaling a whopping 2,477 new home sales in 2015. Now that's a 6.7% increase in 2015 of new El Paso County home sales after 2 previous years of declines. Texas retail gasoline prices has increased by 3 cents this week, averaging a total of $2.05 for regular unleaded fuel. According to the Texas American Automobile Association, that average is still 41 cents less than it was last year. Animal poop is natural, free, and right there on the ground for scooping up. But converting it into a natural, eco-friendly resource for use on lawns, gardens, and farms takes staff, space, and money. Every year, thousands of undocumented immigrants travel to the United States to provide a better life for their families, but find restrictions based on immigration status are not the only obstacles to obtaining health care. Even those who are eligible for health care benefits are less likely to receive them and often find other alternatives when it comes to seeking medical treatment. Now, it is in this busy area where drivers had complained of golf balls damaging their vehicles as they make their daily commutes. As you can see behind me, this golf range is located just feet away from this busy road where cars are constantly making their way back and forth. As the population continues to push further east from more centralized areas of El Paso, local businesses and corporations such as Cabo Joe's and Cincinnati continue to meet with the city's growing demands. Now, Heritage Foods has recalled this popular fruity drink over customer complaints that it has been causing vomiting and diarrhea. Though the issue is still under investigation, the company believes it may be the result of an E. coli outbreak. Animal poop is natural, free, and right there on the ground for scooping up. But converting it into a natural, eco-friendly resource for use on lawns, gardens, and farms takes staff, space, and money. In the latest environmentally friendly effort by the El Paso Zoo, which strives to be a sustainable and conservation-minded organization, animal manure, once destined for a landfill, is now being recycled into compost.
When we compost it, we're kind of going through that natural decomposition process for it, turning it into something safe to use. You know, it's not just fresh manure, which is actually can contain some harmful bacteria and that kind of thing. It's been composted so that it's a safe product ready to use in gardens and around plants and in your soil.
Zoo veterinarian Dr. Victoria Milne said the zoo has always had an interest in potentially using animal manure for a better purpose, but didn't have the capacity to run their own composting program on site.
Doing composting on that scale takes dedicated staff and a lot of space. So we were looking for a partner who would work with us, and we hadn't been able to find one until last year.
As part of a field conservation pilot program, the zoo department started through a partnership with other support organizations, including the Sustainability Office and the Environmental Services Department, to develop a 6-month pilot program. The compost program recycles manure from herbivore animals to process mounds of exotic compost to fertilize soil and prepare spectacular gardens throughout the local community.
It's good for us to finally have somewhere to put the manure that's productive, as opposed to just putting it in the landfill and taking up more landfill space. So that's not very helpful for anybody.
Now, right now, the composting process is still part of the city's pilot program, but the zoo aims to make it a permanent part of its normal operations. Once the final product is ready, the zoo plans to use the processed compost to fertilize the soil and make spectacular gardens and exhibits throughout its 35 acres. They also hope to make it a marketable commodity, making it commercially available to the public.
It just has that special feeling when you're buying something that was produced locally, it's from the zoo, it's something that's produced here in our community and putting it back into our community to help improve the health of, people are trying to grow their own food and grow healthy fruits and vegetables, and even just using it in ornamental gardens and everything just to beautify El Paso. It's a win-win.
$2 range per gallon. So I don't think if it goes higher than that, then it'll be a problem.
Now, according to AAA Texas reports that the national average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gas is now $2.24. That's 6 cents higher than last week and 38 cents less per gallon than last year. AAA Texas spokesperson Doug Shu says California and Hawaii are the only two states with averages above $2.57 per gallon, while drivers in Texas and Mississippi are paying the lowest at the pump.
Sí, en eso él tiene mucha razón, que me van a preguntar por ID, por seguro social, o que no me atienden.
Just hours after accidentally injuring his knee, Jose Gutierrez debated whether to seek emergency care at the University Medical Center for fear of being turned away or, worse, deported. Disparities in healthcare coverage between immigrants and native-born residents have risen in part from policy changes. However, efforts at reforming the healthcare system in regards to immigrants have varied in terms of success in the past decade. Every year, thousands of undocumented immigrants travel to the United States to provide a better life for their families, but find restrictions based on immigration status are not the only obstacles to obtaining health care. Even those who are eligible for health care benefits are less likely to receive them and often find other alternatives when it comes to seeking medical treatment.
If they are not documented, but they live in this country, they will not be able to enroll in the Affordable Care Act, under the Affordable Care Act. However, we do have resources in this community, as there are all along the entire U.S.-Mexico border, for anyone who needs health care of some kind. There are places like this facility here. This is the San Vicente, Centro San Vicente Clinic, and clinics like this provide all kinds of assistance and health care and all kinds of information to anyone who walks in the door. It doesn't matter whether they're immigrants, legal or not legal. If they walk in the door and they need information or they need specific guidance on how to receive good health care, they will be given that information here at these facilities.
The Center for Social Justice and New York Lawyers for the Public Interest have documented at least 600 immigrants who were involuntarily removed in the past 5 years for medical reasons. The figure is based on data from hospitals, humanitarian organizations, news reports, and immigrant advocates who cited specific cases. However, the actual number is believed to be significantly higher because many more cases almost certainly go unreported.
Under federal law, if they have an emergency and they go to the University Medical Center, they have to be treated. They will not be turned away.
Though public hospitals are legally mandated to care for patients who need emergency treatment, regardless of citizenship status or ability to pay, health executives say they are often caught between the requirement to accept all patients and the political battle over immigration. Reporting for UTEP News, I'm Valerie Reel. That's right, Christina. Snow is still falling this Sunday morning. It has been snowing all night, and as you can see, we have some light snow flurries right now, so that will continue throughout the day and pick up the inches of snow that we see on the ground. Now, I brought some measuring tape with me so you can see exactly how much snow has fallen in East El Paso. We have about 6 inches right there. Now, according to the forecast, we are expected to see about 7 to 9 inches of snow throughout the day, maybe a little more in the surrounding areas, depending where you're located, especially in West El Paso. And if you don't have to go anywhere, please stay home. That has picked up quite a bit since last night, and it will gradually continue to increase. If you are planning to make that commute, please do so cautiously. As you can see behind me, we do have some roadways that are slushed over. They are expected to ice in the next few hours or later today, so drive cautiously. Now, you can expect to see some road closures scattered throughout the city. We have already been receiving reports of church cancellations and other events going on throughout the day that have canceled as well. Now, some stores and restaurants have decided to take that snow day off and close until further notice. You can read up on the details and updates on our website at theprospectordaily.com. Now, here we have some footage from an El Paso viewer sent in Central El Paso who was trying to make it home from work. As you can see, there is hardly anyone out in the streets right now. There are some icy roads, and some drivers have even decided to pull over to the side to wait it out. So if you can, avoid being on those roads at all costs. But for your safety, if you must make that drive, do so cautiously. Now you are outside, keep sending in those photos and videos of what it looks like in your area. Keep safe. That snow is not going anywhere, so stay warm and stay tuned. We will keep sending you updates on weather coverage throughout the day. Reporting live from East El Paso, I'm Valerie Herrera. Now back to you, Christina.